How's it going, guys? This is Vinheim. Welcome back. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Man, I'm so excited. I haven't played in a couple days, and I'm fucking dying to know what is happening. I am dying to know what's happening. I'm so interested that I went to explore just a little bit. I just unlocked a bit of the map. Just to look around. But oh my god, what's gonna happen, man? What's gonna happen to Tancred? Where the fuck is Tancred? Let's see, but let's... Okay, those are some very weird letters. A strange new world. We are fortunate this place can support life. Albeit barely, I suspect. Giving the torpid, stale quality of the air. But never mind that. We must find Tancred. Let's begin our search with the prow of the ship. It seems like as good a direction as any. Try not to stray too far, lest we lose sight of one another. Yeah, because we can't have another incident like a Room Reborn, right? Oh shit, we're going all the way over there. What is this supposed to be? Like a settlement? The vitrified fort. Ruins, but of what, I wonder? Perhaps we can find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything. Look here, this part is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggests it is man-made, though its builders were surely not men as we conceived them. Having said that, I swear I have seen this pattern before. Really? Oh, here's Stinky! What's up, Stinky? I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings. A poor decision in hindsight. Besides the light from the ship, all is shrouded in darkness. If Tancred is here, I never know it. From what I can tell, we are near the edge of an island, if you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris. Bro. Yo. I am loving this place, dude. Whew. Alfie, what do you have to say, buddy? Tell me. Talk to me, dude. Were you able to find anything? 9. As I feared, I still have no trace of Tancred. Can we just push the button so he comes back? There's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which unfortunately isn't very far. Though I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then a chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. Leaving me with feelings of death and anguish. I think I might see something over there. Wait, you don't see the dragon? What are you talking about? There's nothing there. What the fuck? Am I tripping? Or are they tripping? Was it because of the power of the Asm Stone? Before we jump to any conclusions, perhaps we should search elsewhere. Agreed. We found only more questions when we are in desperate need of answers. There's a far stretch of terrain from the ship's port side we've yet to explore. Let us try searching there then. Oh. Sup, Stinky? Ria, a word before we join the others. Uh-oh. Tough Stinky. He's like, I smell dragons. You see them too, don't you? The dragons? As I thought. Their presence is tenuous at best, but there's no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgard Summer and mine with Nidhogg is what allowed us to perceive them. Could these separations be related to the dragons that now live in Aetheris? Bah. Bah. Better to leave such conjecture to the others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and anguish. What happened to them, I wonder? I don't know, homie. Are these... Can I talk to these dragons? Why are they white? In the time before I soared across the skies, north, west, south, east, no wind swifter than I. Now, those skies are lost to me. What the fuck? I don't know, homie. I don't know. I would love to know.
Dragons? Here?
Yes.
What you see is a memory of a world that once was.
Yeah, like I said, the world of the dragons.
Suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
What? Their world is dead?
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
Holy shit.
Our friend Thancred, where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not? Oh yes. He is here and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words.
No shot.
Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist. In like manner to the oblivion I send, I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis. Beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe. Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone. Didn't even have the chance to be transformed. Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul. In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word.
There's no fucking shot he's dead.
Survive. That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled here. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade into a place you can perceive and where life can endure. That you draw breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business.
Fucking love that Stinky doesn't even wait a second. There's
It's
no fucking
futile.
shot Thancred is dead.
You will never reach the true me. I told you, Emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter in its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
Meteon holds too much sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
I do not know. But Thancred gave his life that we might come this far. We must press on.
I don't believe he's there.
Agreed. We cannot turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
It cannot be. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. We saw this time and time again in Shadowbringers. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it, man. He can't really be gone, can he? Meeting herself said his soul persists. That he is the reason we are still breathing. If so, then maybe. Soul without body, a form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when residing in the first. The circumstances are rather more dire than that, 'tis true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. I agree with you, Urianger. Regardless, in sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let us not squander it, and ascertain the nature of this realm, that we might confront and defeat Meteon. Estinian, Ria, will you accompany me in speaking with these dragons? Mayhap they can enlighten us. I would ask the rest of you to survey the surrounds. If there's a path that may lead us to our quarry, we must find it. Very well. We can reconvene here when everyone has finished. Meteon said these dragons are shadows and shade, from a world whose denizens sought oblivion. As such, they're not like to be amenable to company, let alone conversation, so please be careful. Well, I just talked to one, and he didn't eat me, so... Let us split up and gather what knowledge we may. Damn, man! I am so sorry, but I don't believe Thancred is dead. I can't. I am not. I was about to shed a tear. I am not. I am not, because I know he's gonna come back. He has to come back. A visitor, not of this star. Could thy slender hands bring plague to our world? Thy breath extinguish life's feeble flame. Oh, how we would adore thee. Alas. With time our flesh shall wither, our souls fade, and so we wait for its inexorable march unto oblivion. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. Okay. Thou wouldst be to bid me speak? Folly. I observed the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar, only watch and await, and the end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. Agnom, the cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the way to describe such tragedy. Go, if that be thy will, I shall remain. Are these eggs? Holy shit, they are. They led you here as well, did they? It was described to me as the source of their woes and proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatching ground, or was. I seem similar in my theories. Midgardsormr's kind must once have lived out and thrived in a place such as this. Vitra said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Are we really gonna go through the eggs? Holy. Inside the shattered egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. The gelatinous, half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragonette within succeeded in hatching. What's this? I thought all eggs had been ruined. There's one in the middle that's still whole. 2. If the dragonette was indeed hatched, there is no sign of it here. Or its sire, for that matter. We should look for them. You start with the cliff tops and I'll search the plains. But didn't Meteon say that this place was only formed because of Tancred? So how could there be a dragon hatching here? Like in the first place? Malformed dragonette. Don't attack me. Where did my HP go? Oh. I transformed into a ninja to get the experience. The boisterous howling have been quieted by thy hand, I presume. Everything alright? I thought I heard a dragon or something resembling one. I just killed it. Sorry, dude. Ah, I see what's happened here. Was that your child? Perhaps. Some eggs within, are indeed mine. And if life within one did quicken, the beast though had slain maybe of my blood. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a reminder of our failure, a testament to our shame. Explain. They descended from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor, we gave answer. 'Twas a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Do you think it was the Allegans? Yet when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. Or was it Meteon, like the sisters? Or something we haven't even seen before. The survivors sought to put away their shame. To rebuild. A futile effort. And pure soil replete with ether that we once cultivate our nesting grounds. But our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. What few survived to hatch emerge as abominations. We shall have no new progeny. But there are dragons amongst you capable of journeying to other stars. That there are. Many will make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests for supremacy. When the fires faded, the wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. 'Tis the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of everything. We wait now in sweet, merciful silence, flee from strife and suffering, still a stone. Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there's another star. I wonder if they're gonna go back to the source. A test of will. They want only to brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. The sole reward for senseless bloodshed, a pain I understand, and wish I did not. What fools we were. But now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come. Based on the image, I thought we were gonna fight the dragon. Well, we'll see. Were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons? Yes? No? I see. They wish to escape. Well, they... Wait, what? Ah, fuck. Thank you, Ria, Estinian. As for our part, I believe we are more acutely aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if there might be a path leading off of it. Sadly, there was nothing but to be found. There's no small amount of debris floating about. There could be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us elsewhere. I considered that, and so I tried throwing a stone into a potential platform to judge its integrity. Woo! But it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of the island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and follow my feet. I will not be too quick to presume that what we see outside the space is that it appears. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Laporis to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to prove conclusive data. Until we know more, I think it's too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Meetin told us before, the emotions dictate reality here, might be the key, but I'm not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. So, what you're saying is, we have no way forward. Maybe riding a dragon? At present, aye. If it is indeed emotion that governs this island, perhaps it is not Meteans but the dragons that hold us here. They tire of conflict and have chosen a path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they have chosen no path at all, meaning there is no way for the dragons or anyone here in this island to advance. A sound theory, disheartening though it may be. If that's the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. The reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof, the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer. Meetin meant to make us then and there on the Ragnarok, and she would have succeeded if not for Tancred's determination. She conceded it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule, and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner, by overpowering the prevailing emotions.'Twas Ultima Thule's architect, Metean herself, against whom Tancred did pit himself in a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them, As such, I had the chance to encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than others. Potent enough, mayhap, to dictate the course of others. And there's the dominion to follow. He spoke but few words, carefully chosen, their tone and timbre alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desire to remain may allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Alas, I fear my vaunting rhetoric. God damn it. Uyenje, you give me a headache. Then I shall guide thee. I'll end, they call him. Well, what have we lose? What have we to lose? Let's get going. Why are we leaving one by one? That was super odd. That was super odd. Very awkward. Estinian is in pain. Here we go. I'll end.
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
I wonder if Estinian gonna say something.
Perhaps I could...
No.
I'll handle this.
Yep. Oh my god, this gave me so many chills.
Waiting to die like all the others, are you?
Still a stone we shall become. I still wonder if they're gonna go to the source.
So you
To
say.
Etheirys.
Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all.
Yes. Our kin on another star. Midgar Somer. And yet, indeed do I smell the blood of my brethren. Were they drawn into discord and war on their new home?
They were. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind.
It matters not whither we fly. Ever will a sanguine ocean awaits us. Ever will retribution's wheel turn. And so, on the last of my pride as a dragon, I break free of this wheel. I renounce conflict, exile myself from the others, never again to be touched by the flames of hatred.
Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive.
It's kind of what like Tiamat did, right?
Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict. No, You must be willing to confront it. To stare into the face of your foe and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy. This lesson, a dear friend taught me at the risk of his life. There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity.
The fucking change of music is what gets me.
We will not let you stop us.
Estinian!
Stay back.
Retire in turmoil. Is he gonna bring her Nidhogg?
I see. Theirs is the emotion that bars our way. The rest is up to you.
No! Not Estinian too!
What? No fucking shot. He's gonna create the path.
There's a wind.
He's opened the way for us. Sacrificed himself to remake this place, like Thancred did. Oh, Alphino. Come. Let us follow the wind. It will not lead us astray. He would not.
Oh my god. There is no fucking shot, right? Fuck. Whew. There's no fucking shot. Oh my goodness, dude. I can see I can see what's gonna happen here. Every single one of the Scions is gonna sacrifice themselves. I can see that happening. That's actually what's gonna happen. Every single Scion is gonna start sacrificing themselves so I can make it to Meteon. The thing is that remember what Hydaelyn said when she gave us the power, like into the SM stone, that it was gonna allow us to recreate or remake what's not visible or some shit like that. So I'm assuming / hoping that we're gonna be able to bring them back. Oh my god, bro, this is giving me fucking Tales of Symphonia vibes. When you go up the Tower of Salvation and every single one of your characters starts like staying behind, and you see how they fucking die. Oh my god. I was like, yeah, he's gonna bring out Nidhogg and then fucking convince the dragons, and then he just disappears. The wind has stayed the fog that covered this island, and the air it no longer feels quite so stifling. As by the bearing of mighty wings doth wind blow, when dragons may near again touch the sky, he and the shade he bore shall soar free. If I had known this place would claim Estinian too, No, it what had to be done. Must this always be the price paid for safe passage? Look there, the wind. This is Estinian's doing, I'm sure of it. We should ride its flow and see where it leads. Oh my god. Destination. A powerful gale has delivered you to another island. The other Saiyans should arrive before long. He did it. He found a way forward for us. I feel like I'm playing Heaven's Word all over again. The dragons remain trapped within a prison of their own making, lamenting the horrors of war. Yet Estinian knew them better than most. He was a man of honor and a dear friend, willing to fight to the very end for what he believed was right. And he's still fighting up, just like Tancred. Their sacrifices are why we can survive here, why we still have a chance to stop her. Even in spirit, they're unwilling to give you into despair, and we mustn't either. Alice is right. We must press on for their sake. Oh my god, bro. Fucking kill me, dude. This game, I swear. You know what made me so happy? That I finally managed to get my friend to come back and play. Yesterday. He started playing during A Realm Reborn. Like during the OG days. And he stopped playing as soon as Heaven's Word came out. Heaven's Word came out, he got the jobs. And he quit. He leveled up Dragoon to 52. That's his highest, and that's it. But all his character, all the jobs from A Realm Reborn are level 50, which means that he was an end game. So I was like, bro, you have to come back, and he did. I'm happy. We have to keep going, even if Estinian isn't here to see it. I'm sure Alfino wouldn't want to disappoint him. I hope it is. Roads paved. Sacrifice? It's like even the text is getting corrupted. As Shistola and Alisa said, we must continue. Notice the change in our surroundings? Perhaps this is the memory of an altogether different world. To be prudent to learn more of it, then tread carefully, lest we lose our footing in this end. Is this gonna be something like where we go through, like, you could say like a little bit of each expansion, right? Because right now we went through a little bit of Heaven's Word, right, with the dragons and Estinian and the music. Do you think we're gonna go through something like Al Amigo? I mean, of course it's not gonna be Al Amigo, but something similar that binds Stormblood, like either Stormblood, like either Al Amigo or something like Doma. I wonder. I love you, Stola. It's gonna break me when you leave as well. Were it not for the violet crystal embedded on its surface, 'twould appear as ordinary stone. A curious script has been etched upon them. Alas, it is not a language which I'm familiar. I cannot say I recognize it either. Nor I. The dragons, from what I recall, preserve their knowledge in song and eschew the written word entirely, so we may assume this is the work of another race, one we have yet to encounter. Median claimed the dragons world suffered a slow death, seeking the release of oblivion. What life we find here, like as not, doth wend its way towards a similar end. Homie, I can't talk for shit today. What do you suppose that is over there? Oh, the structure? I'm not sure, it's hard to make out in the distance. Meaning there's a chance we may find whoever built them both. Where should I go? I mean, we might as well. Ghostly figure. Okay, these fuckers are creepy. Hell, travelers, this is a most unexpected occurrence. Oh, hello there. Is this your home? Indeed it is. Ah, forgive me, I had forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when we first meeting those with whom one is unacquainted. What the fuck? When the vibration of vocal folds was still required to convey our thoughts and intentions, Ia, I believe, was the pronunciation used when referring to our people, though it is not entirely applicable given our present state. You are welcome to use this appellation. For nomenclature to address my individual person, I believe it would be pronounced Kapkud. What the fuck? Is Kapkud of the Ia. We have encountered beings that communicate intimately through thoughts. But never one that is wholly without voice. I presume we are having this conversation via the medium of ether or dynamis, as this space is suffused with vast quantities of it. Fascinating in either case. I gather your response to my presence is positive then? That is well, for there is something I wish to ask of you. Oh? Like yourselves, we are ether-based life forms. Therefore, it may be surmised that your bodies are of comparable biological composition to those we once possessed. I have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. In total, I have prepared 198,700,000,000. What the fuck? That's rather a lot, isn't it? My apologies, I have omitted a great many details necessary to understand the nature of my request. Though we dispensed with our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered a need for the flesh. We have endeavored to recreate our erstwhile forms. Take, for example, the nervous system. But we have no frame of reference for sensations once experienced by our people. And the reason you need to regain corporeal forms? Why? To bring an end to our existence. Though need is perhaps too strong a word, it would be a simple matter to unmake ourselves through use of etheric extinguishers. But such a death seems inadequate. That is very fucking odd. We should very much like to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we will answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. I presume your consent to answer question is indicative of a tacit approval of our plans? I must caution you, however, to be mindful of the Ia wandering the desert. Their desire for bodies and flesh could be described as overzealous. Now, if you follow... What the fuck? At any rate, we will find no answers dallying here. I guess you can say that the next person to die is gonna be Yustola, right? Like you can tell right away because she's having more dialogue than anybody else. Huh. So it seems like this is their quote-unquote village. My characters are very confused. Welcome to our abode. Most of our compeers you will find remain idle in their domiciles. The quizzical expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I speak, of course, of the violet crystalline constructs hanging from the stone structures. You say they remain idle, but what of your work to regain corporeal bodies? An astute question, and understandable, given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If in our idleness we are struck by sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue said inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I was present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage with you still. But while the others are not currently in a mobile state, rest assured they would not object were you to disturb their respite. You need only cast your thoughts towards one of the crystalline domiciles to communicate. Okay, so we're basically gonna talk to the crystals? Oh, that is very fucking odd. What's up, dude? The inquiries yield satisfactory responses. Not really. I see. If they fail to answer, then it is likely because their minds have unraveled. Well, let me see how long we have. Fish abandoned. I had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. There they are. They all look the same. May I introduce you to Lalak, Dudik, and Nenig. What the fuck? It has been too long. I dare say. Indeed, until the travelers brought it to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some had become. Travelers, of course, the ones who wish to know why we seek to regain corporeal forms. The truth of the matter is as plain to see as the neighboring systems. But my single account will fail to satisfy the requirement for scientific objectivity. Thus did I bid them awaken you. Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? Nay, thou art not, and the absence of corporeal forms and the divergence they afford may have such similarity in voice is unavoidable. By the way, have you already observed the requisite custom for the travelers? That which one is expected to do when receiving guests, a matter of proper form. Oh, that is so creepy, dude. Ah, yes, so long has it been, and it had completely skipped my mind. And still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. I don't like that. Oh, neither do I. Pity, I was hoping you would. Perhaps we can search the archives for the answer. Come now. The archives have long been frozen, lest we subject ourselves to further dolor? Is that dolor? That's pain in Spanish. Dolor? Is that a word in English? I've never seen that word in English. Surely you recall that much. Nani? Ah, of course. Food. The custom is to serve food. Beings of flesh. There's no shot they have food here. We duly invite you to join us. If we have a chance to learn something, then I see no reason to decline. Excellent. If you will care to follow, we shall feast you on the purest ether. There's no shot we're gonna be eating something. This facility is where we replenish our ether. There is no particular name for it, but we traditionalists sometimes use the word restaurant. Now then... Oh? I thought it was just Dynamis. You brace yourself for a rush of sweet ether, but nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you need to wait a little longer. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna happen. Because there's only Dynamis here, no? Just as I suspected. As meticulously as one might recreate the ES home, this is Ultima Thule. One cannot simply generate ether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to this fact, to the very truth of their existence, much like the phantoms of the recreated Amaroth. However appearances may seem, we must ever be mindful that it is the memories of the dead with whom we deal. We are definitely losing Y'shtola here. Do you have your fill of ether? Alas, we couldn't absorb it. A deficiency in our forms, it would seem. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your ether? With a sandwich. Nani? Through your mouths, you say? How very primitive and quaint. To think that their mouths serve not only to expel sound, but draw in sustenance besides. Such life forms have long since vanished from our systems. Though we regrettably could not partake of your magnificent feast, rest assured we feel your welcome most keenly. Wait, or is it Urianger who's gonna die now? Oh no. In the course of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we could not fail but wonder, wherefore do you wish to obtain vessels of flesh, and thence to vanish? Will you not favor us with an explanation? You flesh and blood beings are always too hasty. It does have its charm, however. Very well, we shall indulge you in the beginning... In the beginning, when the Ea yet possessed corporeal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancements. Sounds kinda like Charlian, right? By transcending all limitations, we believed we would eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness. That is exactly what Meteon said, like one of the sisters. They were trying to get so advanced and get rid of their sorrow that was their demise. From the tangible such as lands to the intangible such as labor. There exist myriad hindrances to progress, but the most confining of all was the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see. Too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources. But we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered how to become non-corporeal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of the flesh. Thus changed, we had more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits. We went on to make ever greater strides in our quest to transcend all limitations, until we finally decided to challenge the last of them all, the limit of knowledge. Oh. That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation. We sought to discover how the universe came into being and explain all existing phenomena, and then predict the future. If we could but achieve this, we believe that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety. And did you find the answers you sought? Yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. Knowledge of said truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you will learn more, we will share it with you. Oh? No, we mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. They are possessed of corporeal forms. Their lives rarely ended. As those who have gone before, it is not our duty to warn them? What thinkest thou? It is definitely Yustola who's leaving. If you are resolved to know it, we will disclose to you the truth we discovered, the truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of the abode, a place called Elegia. What the fuck is gonna happen, dude? Yustola, if you think you're gonna leave us, I'm gonna... This is gonna suck. A fundamental truth. We will hear it. Of course, let us learn what has led to such an enlightened people to this indolent end. Yustola, don't you fucking dare die. Okay, or you, Urianger. Where knowledge leads. I feel like it's one of these two. Ere we join the IA, there is one trifling matter I would fain investigate. Ria, Grahatia, might I trouble you for your assistance? But of course. My thanks. We shall head outside the abode. The rest of us shall go ahead to the Iglaya, let us worry. I'm like trying to think here, but it's like I said before, like I have a feeling every character is gonna sacrifice themselves, right? We already had Tancred at the very beginning, then we had Estinian, and now I feel like by the way Urianger is like behaving, I feel like Yustola's gonna try and sacrifice herself to give us a way forward, and Estinian is gonna do something that's gonna pull her out, and he's gonna take her place. In some way. I don't know why. I have that feeling. The wellspring of regret. Oh, this is fucking creepy, dude. I can't. I hate swimming. I mean, I love swimming, but I hate like deep water. A spring, and a sizable one at that. I hadn't noticed amidst the dunes. Talk to me, bro. Aye, this place shall serve. Is it the spring that you wish to investigate? Pray forgive me, my friends, but there's not to investigate. 'Twas but a pretense to speak in private. You have our undivided attention. As we have established, here in Ultima Thule, those denizens of ruined stars are recreated in their twilight days. Yet one question doth arise in my mind. So faithfully formed are the simulacra, they believe themselves yet among the living. How dost thou suppose this is possible? She must have visited the stars of the dragons and the Ea before either race perished in their entirety. Thus could she make their emotions her own, and with them create more faithful simulacra. Oh, so too that I theorize, and upon that assumption, consider how those two races may have met their demise. According to thine own tale, Meteon perceived the emotions of those nearby as her own, a heightened sense of empathy intrinsic to her nature as an entelechy. In the course of her star-faring journey, if she encountered beings who strongly desired the cessation of their existence, she would be powerless before that desire. Even as she possessed the power to grant it, the power of Dynamis. 'Tis my supposition that, overwhelmed by the longing for death, Meteon did unleash Dynamis and ushered the dragons and the Ea into their doom. Wait, so it was Meteon who destroyed the worlds? Oh, okay. In order to create a terminus, however, the fervent desire for the end is essential. Therefore, should you struggle to find the way forward, pray ask yourselves this. In this place where you stand, whose is the soul that yearns most desperately for oblivion? Why do you tell us this now? Never again would I betray your trust. This pledge I did make to my comrades. In bringing thee into my confidence, I will remain true to my word. Don't you fucking dare. As for thee, let us consider it my fitting reward for the secrets I harbored for the Crystal Exarch. I once placed my faith in thy chosen path, walking at thy side, full knowing that we were bound for thy demise. I ask now that thou returnest the favor, and abide in faith as I fulfill mine own destiny. If you say my debt has come due, how am I to refuse? 'Tis delicate of me. I know full well I can't but beg thy forgiveness. Yet even if I must needs go to such lengths, I cannot well feign ignorance to the answer I have from within. The answer to the question, in what moment might I stand to the strongest? After all we've been through, I will say only this. Do what you must. Do what you must, and see your conviction true. I shall, my friend. I shall. Without further ado, then, let us go to join our comrades. So it seems like it's Estinian. Rienji who's leaving us now. Let us be off too. Oh my god. This game is fucking killing me, dude. It seems everyone is accounted for. Shall we then?
Please continue. Tell us about this truth you discovered.
I don't know if it's because I'm recording that I'm like overly sensitive to these cutscenes. But my god, I feel like...
Very well. Bear in mind, however, that the purpose of this conversation is not to impart scholarly knowledge, for such requires that you comprehend the subject matter, which you will not. We will forego the intricacies of our scientific methodology and deal only with the conclusion, the end of our society and our world.
This voice is very weird.
We acknowledge, with regret, that your star is in the midst of the same panic-induced cataclysm that befell Deneb 3.
The final days.
As such, in order to avoid causing undue distress, we will refrain from explicitly stating how much time you have remaining.
You are entirely too kind. I pray you recount your tale as you see fit.
In the beginning, the universe was but a tiny particle. Then suddenly, this particle began to expand.
Yeah, the Big Bang pretty
Having
much.
remained entirely in the bounds of your star, the phenomenon may be difficult for your kind to grasp. But this expansion has since continued unabated. Speculating that the universe could not grow indefinitely, we sought to learn what might occur, and made a worrying discovery.
Oh?
The stars will continue to spread apart, as will their finite thermal energies. Eventually, all heavenly bodies will grow cold and freeze. No new stars will be born, and the universe will enter into an eternal ice age.
But that's like billions and billions of years away.
In hopes of proving that this determination was erroneous, we scrutinized our research from all angles, even as we sought to avert the everlasting winter. The endeavor proved fruitless. So infamously so, in fact, that it became synonymous with vain effort. The universe as we know it would end, and there is no way to prevent it. Beneath the weight of this knowledge, our society stagnated. Though we had time still, it was a cold comfort. Why strive for anything when desolation is assured? When our wealth of wisdom, accumulated since the dawning of our kind, would be forever lost.
Yeah, it would basically
No
be meaningful.
civilization would rise from our ashes. No scholar recover our knowledge. In silence unbroken, naught would stir. Intellect was once our pride. Overnight, it became our shame. Our works, monuments to futility. Immortality, our greatest invention, became a source of suffering. Rather than suffer on, many chose to unmake themselves by means of etheric exsanguinators.
I mean, it makes sense.
Etched upon these stones are the testaments of such souls. Though many left no words at all, thinking it a pointless gesture.
If you're gonna live forever and you know that you're eventually gonna die regardless.
Once we have obtained vessels of flesh, we likewise intend to vanish. If you understand this, understand aught of our tale, you will abandon your quest for knowledge. Ignorance truly is bliss. If you would cling to your illusory happiness, remain primitive and pure. It is the only way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your story. While I appreciate your advice, I will not heed it. Convinced though you may be of this truth, it is yours and not mine. Indeed, truth, I have ever believed, is in the eye of the beholder.
Are you suggesting that we have reached a faulty conclusion? That our science failed us?
Not really.
Hardly. As you yourself said, the subject matter is beyond my comprehension. And that, I accept, is true. I do not possess the knowledge to prove or disprove your conclusion. In my mortal years, I doubt I could even approach the wisdom of the air. But of one thing am I absolutely certain. I would not be happier in ignorance.
Y'shtola, no! You mustn't!
The most important lesson I've learned is that learning isn't simply passing one's eyes over words. Nay, 'tis when understood for oneself that knowledge attains its true value. This is what has sustained me, driven me onward in joy and wonder, in anger and sorrow. The universe may end, and all may be for naught, but I will live as I always have.
I like
will
her little
always
smirk.
seek out new knowledge, and no conclusion of yours, no matter how grim, can dampen my desire.
I suppose it is only to be expected. Their feeble minds cannot fathom the terrifying gravity of it all. But worry not. We consider it our duty to enlighten you, and we will not stop until you grasp the full extent of our despair.
Oh, another bird. Goodbye,
Keep
Y'shtola.
calm and listen well. Though my body will soon dissipate, there may be a way to restore it. Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't, for it would mean losing our way forward. This I only reveal so that you can promise not to invoke the magic. We came here knowing what victory may cost, so press on. Press on, and do not look back.
I shall join thee. As subterfuge is not required, thou shalt not suffer for mine absence.
Urianger.
My resolve hath never been as strong as thine. Full oft have I wavered in my decisions, and afterwards been stricken with regret. In spite of this, I may still stand with my comrades, supporting them as they attempt the greatest of feats. This truth I have learned in the course of our journey. And many though my shortcomings may be, I may also claim to excel in prophecies. My studies, into which have granted me the flexibility of mind needed to bend this malleable reality. Thus shall I hope that thou mayest have the strength to resist, and our comrades the strength to continue.
So we're losing both. Fuck.
With you to urge us on, how could we possibly fail?
I fucking hate this.
What's this? An extinguished civilization. Rekindled.
I fucking hate Jimmy Tune.
That's right. Our quest doesn't end here. We'll press on, and we will find you.
There. That's where you'll find me.
Is that another star?
Of the stars we visited, most were already devoid of life. And where there was life still, the inhabitants wished for death. But even death, we learned, isn't truly the end. It is but a part of the cycle of rebirth. Souls return to the star, or in its absence, a larger flow. And eventually they are reborn. Alive again, to know suffering anew. True salvation lies not in dying. It lies in not being born. This is the gift I would give to you, to all life on beautiful Aetheris. To that end, we created an egg wherein life cannot quicken. That dead sun. Attain it if you can, before your friends' emotions fade away, along with their protection.
fucking feel dead inside. But that's gonna be it for me today, man. I'm looking at the quest, and we still have 2 or 5 quests before the end. Alright, so I'll probably do those 5 in the next video, and then we have the end. Oh my god, I wanna cry. I feel so fucking depressed. This game is killing me little by little, man. I swear. But anyways, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Drop a like down below if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. There's the Discord, link in the description, TikTok, Twitter, you know, all that jazz. And yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder who's gonna die next. I hope. I don't even want to think about it. But anyways, thanks so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Final Fantasy XIV. Peace out.